What's happening, guys? It's been a minute. Been quite busy working on my uh, tech business. Anybody interested in that? Uh, you guys need to go check out my bid on the Apple 2008 on eBay. I got that fixed up, selling it on eBay. So anybody needs a MacBook that will do pretty much just basic stuff like work and casual usage. Check it out. I'm not like I didn't get it for anybody for gaming because like Apple computers not meant for gaming, in my opinion. But anyways, that's what I've been up to. But what's happening, guys? Shit, it's been for feels like forever. Uh, I'm currently still working on getting up to date on wrestling. Uh, I'm only doing the five, where we at? Right here. The five main main wrestling shows, and that's WWE, AEW, NJPW, Impact, and NWA. So, but I will cover when I do the live wrestling news. I will try to cover as much as I can. So that's probably gonna be like a 45-minute show today. Uh, some days it might be a little longer. Some days it might be a little shorter. Depends how much time I have to do them. Anyways, if you guys like this kind of content, subscribe, hit that notification bell, hit that like button, and I'll see y'all in the comments. So let's get to it. Okay, that was a little weird. So this is from ProWrestling.net, September 21st, 2022. September 21st. Wade Callow, Pro Wrestling Podcast says Paul and Callow discuss AEW Grand Slam, Bray Wyatt potentially returning to WWE, Logan Paul facing Roman Reigns for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship, War Games at WWE Survivor Series, AEW Turmoil. Okay, so we gotta listen to the podcast, but we ain't gonna do that. But if I do decide to do that, I'm gonna put it in the description, give them guys the whole, you know, the whole what have you, saying, hey, this ain't mine, this is theirs, yada yada yada, for copyright reasons. Alright, so, ProWrestling.net. Is this the same fucking one? Man, I hope this ain't no podcast. Okay, so it's not a podcast. Okay. So apparently Halloween Havoc, NXT's Halloween Havoc is coming Saturday, October 22nd, which is in like a month right now. A month and 1 day. It will include a 5-man ladder match for the vacant NXT North American Championship. Uh-huh. Try to hold up. My wife phone? No. I don't know what the hell that was, guys. But this is pretty much telling you what happened, who qualified. Oh, that's really. I wonder was I. You guys gotta let me know if that was storyline. Well, Michaels took the NXT North American Championship away from Solo Sikoa because he didn't win the fan vote that determined the challenger to Kamala Hayes last week. Michaels opted against giving the belt back to Hayes, but he did give a spot in the ladder match. Really? Okay. Alright. Figure 4 Online. AEW Hook says Taz told him to be anything but a pro wrestler when he was younger. Oh, this should be interesting. Right. By the way, if anybody don't know, Hook is Taz's son. This is by Ian Carey on Wrestling Observer Figure 4 Online. You know, it was joined by Dave Meltzer and Brian. You know. Anyway, it says when Hook was younger, Taz wanted him to be anything but pro wrestler. Hook and his father both spoke to NY Post recently and discussed Taz's hesitation to encourage his son to go into the same industry he did. When I was younger, my dad told me to do anything but a pro wrestler. Hook said, as I got older, things changed, and the business today is not the same business that he broke into. Taz began training his son in the early 2020, along with Pat Buck and Kurt Hawkins at the Create a Pro Wrestling School in Hicksville, New York. It didn't take long for Hook to convince his father that he could be successful in the business. I realized, third season, he's something special, something pretty unique here. Okay, it's your son. Of course, you're gonna think that. Taz said, and that was it. He's gonna be handled different. Taz continued, he's unique. I can't tell you what it is about him that's unique, but I could tell you keeping him special means you're not going to see him every single week on TV. You're not going to see him, well, he's constantly on social media or doing stuff like that. Good luck. I can't even get the guy to return a text message. Wow. We might not see Hook for a little while, but when he's there, it's something like boom, impactful. Like, what the hell just happened? Taz said. That's Hook. That's kind of what he is. A lot of people want more. You know what? You know what? Last I checked, that's a good thing. Hook will Hook will team up with Action Bronson on Wednesday at AEW Grand Slam that would take on the Jericho Appreciation Society's Angelo Parker and Matt Maradona in tag team action. Taz says Hook and Bronson are similar to the team of Bret Hart and Jim Neidhart. What? No. No. Described them as the Porsche and the tank. Who said? Taz said that? Come on, Taz. That's always stuck in my head, Taz said of the team. Imagine getting two guys that have that kind of vibe, and that's what I think when you see Hook and Action Bronson compete. You're going to see the Porsche in the tank, I promise you. What the hell? Well, like I said, I'm like a month behind, but I'll just have to see it. All right. Let's see who's the all-time greatest babyface. By Jack Goodwillie. Wrestling Inc. I'm gonna pause for a minute and grab me a coffee. Grab me some more coffee, I should say. Yep. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. I'm back. We still good? Yep, we're good. Alright, so, this is Pro Wrestling's, well, Wrestling Inc. Website. Pro Wrestling All-Time Greatest Babyface by Jack Goodwillie. September 21st. Woo! It was today. Holy shit. 4 a.m. Damn. That's a little early for me. Anyway. What'd she do?
I turn my back 1 second. She'll eat cat food.
Oh my goodness.
In your crate, Bobo.
Come on.
Thought I could trust them.
Come on, guys.
Trust no one.
Come on. Come on. You can. Come on, Sebastian. Go on. Alright. Sorry about that. Our daughter was babysitting the dog, one of the dogs, and she got into the cat food. So, I'm leaving here in about 30 minutes anyway, so I figured I might as well put them all up. Alright, let's see if we can get this done here in 30 minutes. Today's talents seem to have a much easier time evolving into effective heroes than babyfaces, for good reasons. This is true. Because it's, you know, today's world, it's easier to be an asshole than what it was back then. Because nowadays, people just don't give a shit. Heroes have the ability to cheat, lie, break promises, and set traps to thwart their counterparts. What? Okay. Well, babyfaces need to rely on inherent qualities and trots to connect with the crowd, many of which cannot be taught. It's true, even back in the day. In spite of this, the classic good guy wrestler can come in many forms. Cosmetically, wrestlers like John Cena, Hulk Hogan, and Stone Cold Steve Austin has very little in common. However, all three are charismatic performers who are extremely in tune with the wants and needs of the audience. As a result, each man got over at a seismic level and will top merchandise movers to each of their respective eras. Aspiring good guys can also bring an exciting in-ring style to the table to help expedite a connection to the crowd, though this is not a necessity. Jesus. Maybe I need to drink some coffee. However, operating with purely motivative, that's not motivative. That's positive movement. motivations. Keeping promises to the audience and an ability to garner sympathy through struggle can also go a long way towards the creation of some of all-time great babyfaces. Here are the greatest babyfaces to ever step foot in the professional wrestling, in no particular order. Okay, see what they got. Bruno San Martino. Okay. Okay. Oh, they wrote something about Bruno. Alright. Bruno San Martino is considered to be one of the greatest babyfaces of his time. As much as circumstance played, not sure what that means, a role in his rise to becoming the longest reigning WWE champion, then WWF. His unique road to the top made him one of the most marketable wrestlers of his time. An Italian immigrant in the industrial city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, San Martino had a rough childhood as one of 7 children in impoverished. Yeah, I'm gonna look that word up. Family. Okay, looking this word up real quick. Okay, they could have just said in a poor family. See, big words like that, it's sometimes better just to keep it at regular words. Especially, like, I learned that from writing my book, which I'm still working on. But readers like me will have to go to the dictionary to look that word up because they don't know what the fuck that means. Now I know what that means. It's poor. Poor. Anyways, back to the greatest baby faces of all time. He witnessed the death of his 6 siblings and often found himself in the crosshairs of bullies for not knowing any English. In an attempt to combat the abuse, San Martino took up weightlifting and amateur wrestling, both of which he excelled at. After being turned on to pro wrestling by promoter Ruby Miller, it didn't take long for the WWF promoter Vincent J. McMahon to take notice, and even less time for him to make San Martino his champion. I wonder why this is linked. Oh, that's nice. When was May 17th, 2018? That's sweet. Okay. That's cool. That's really cool. Anywho, does it take you to the same place? No. Damn, he was 82 years old. Wow. A man of integrity as well as a man of the people, San Martino represented the essence of American dream and became the driving force of WWF's regional popularity in the tri-state area throughout the 60s and 70s. At 5'10", 265 pounds, San Martino brought credibility, honor, and respect to the WWF Championship, and in kind held the title for more than 11 years over the course of 2 reigns. His first reign is the longest in the champion history. The longest in company history and at 2,803 days, and is not likely to be topped anytime soon. Yeah, right. You don't know. Roman Reigns is up to. Okay, so that is 7.6 years. So a little over 7.5 years he held about. Well, let's see. Roman Reigns. Actually, how long is Roman Reigns? Current 747. That's backlash. Okay. Okay. 747 plus 750 days. 750. Okay. So I mean he's not halfway there, but quarterway there. Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes is considered by many to be Ric Flair's greatest adversary, and for good reasons. This is true. He was Rick. I would say one of Ric Flair's greatest opponents. I say one because Sting and Ricky Steamboat was two of the other greatest rivalries Flair had, and Rick Rude too. But when you come down to the main three guys that Flair had rivalry with, it was Dusty, Sting, and Ricky. And that's all it is to it. Anyways, the American Dream represented everything the Nature Boy did not. The charismatic Rhodes had an ability to literally reach out to working class wrestling fans, while the depth of his main moveset was rather simple. He relied on his ability to connect with the fans as the main drive of his immense popularity. Popularity. The charming, portly son of a plumber never hesitated to stick up for those who couldn't stick up for themselves. As a result, made for the perfect fuel to Ric Flair, whose character was largely driven by fortune and fame. This is true. Rhodes' origins in wrestling can be traced back to the late '60s, tagging with Dick Murdoch under the Texas Outlaws. Monaco. Uh, but they was the Texas Outlaws. That was their tag team names. The Outlaws was every bit the heels their name suggested, but upon turning face in 1974, Rhodes would remain as such for the remainder of his in-ring career. He would go on to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship on 3 different occasions, once beating Flair and twice beating Harley Race, though he only held the title for 107 combined days. Rhodes' greatest utility came as the challenger as opposed to the champion. Eddie Guerrero. Alright. Some wrestlers are natural heels, others make for pure baby faces. However, the greatest performers have an innate ability to be both as needed, and there might not be a better example of this than Eddie Guerrero. Some of Guerrero's best work came as an irredeemable heel, but his SmackDown Babyface run in 2014 put him on the map in the eyes of many. Guerrero channeled his real-life battle with drug, alcohol addiction, and brief feud with Brock Lesnar, becoming a relatable, sympathetic character to wrestling fans, many of whom have endured their own struggles with similar addictions. His promo on the No Way Out 2004 Go Home show could rank among the greatest babyface promos of all time for the brutal honesty and fire he displayed. After taking some verbal punishment from Lesnar in regards to his problems with addiction, Guerrero didn't shy away from his opponent's criticals. Instead, he spoke from the heart, explaining how winning the WWE Championship had became I think, I don't know. I thought that was gonna be became, but I guess it both works either way. Either way, it both works. So let's continue. His new addiction as a way of saying sorry to the loved ones in his life he let down. Likewise, the eventual match with the eventual match with Lesnar delivered in a major way. Guerrero would go on to defend the title at WrestleMania 20, paving the way for one of the most emotionally chilling ends to a WrestleMania in the event's tenured history. Guerrero would go on to turn heel once more before tragically passing away on November 13, 2005, but it is because of his 16-month babyface stint between 2004 and 2005 that many fans rank him among the all-time greatest. Rey Mysterio. How many more we got? We got Foley, Hawkeye Express, Steve Austin, Sting, Steamboat, Jeff Hardy, Junkyard Dog, Bryan Danielson. Man, I don't know if we're gonna make, because I got about 12 minutes left, guys. So I'm gonna give the link. I'm gonna put the link down in the comments. Well, description. If you guys want to go check it out, because I don't think I'm going to have time to read all that. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to do this now. You guys can see. Turn the volume down. Let's see. Switch account. And I'm going to go ahead and put this in the live chat. Actually, shit. No, actually, I'll do that after the live chat. So if you guys want to live stream, if you guys want to read the rest of this, you can go ahead. But I'm just going to name the rest of these wrestlers, because I don't think I'm going to have time to finish this. So, Rey Mysterio, Mick Foley, Rock and Roll Express, Steve Austin, Sting, Rick Steamboat, Jeff Hardy, Junkyard Dog, Bryan Danielson. Yeah. Okay. I totally agree with this. Rey Mysterio looks high though, but I totally agree with this list of all-time greatest babyface because yeah, most of those guys was a natural like Eddie, but the greatest run was babyface. Okay, we got 9 minutes. Let's see what this is. Cody Rhodes calls Arn Anderson the genius of pro wrestling on Enforcer's 64th birthday. Okay, that's good. By Joe G on WrestlingHeadlines.com. WWE superstar Cody Rhodes took to Twitter earlier today to wish his old friend, coach, and longtime family rival Arn Anderson. Happy birthday. Anderson turned 64 today and continues to contribute to the pro wrestling world. The American Nightmare calls Arn Anderson a genius and voice of reason during a time of madness in his life. See, this is easier for me to read right here. I don't like the other. I'll just say this. Some writers is easier to read than other writers. I'm just going to put it as that. Rose writes, happy birthday at own show. At the own show. It's a wild timeline when one of my family's most notorious adversaries became such a wonderful mentor and voice of reason through the madness. Arn Anderson is a genius. Here's to more falls, glocks, and spinebusters in the future. The coach. Arn Anderson stood in Rhodes' corner for most of his AEW run, even becoming the most over act during a portion of said ran due to his now famous Glock promo and his unmatched charisma that made him a star during his heyday. Check out the former 3-time TNT champion post below. I'm good. Okay. We got time to do this one. Okay. That's it? Alright. So, Figure 4 Online does history, pro wrestling histories and all that, which is cool. Okay. Ain't too much, ain't too much news going on. Huh. Well, guys, that's, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'm gonna put that post in the descriptions. If you guys like this kind of content, hit the subscribe bell. Subscribe bell. Jesus. Hit the subscribe, hit that notification bell, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the comments. We're going to do more of this. We're going to continue doing more of this. And whenever I get back up to date with wrestling shows, then I will continue doing the weekly live shows, but it's only going to be 5. The main 5. That's WWE, NJPW, AEW, NWA, and Impact. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good night.